Hello friends, happy Tuesday. Greetings from the CVS parking lot where I'm trying to psych myself up to go in and confront them, or at least ask them a question about if they can take a Visa card over the phone for my meds. I don't see why they wouldn't, but my aunt is being very nice, and I think she's even willing to Zelle me the money. And if anyone seems to think that I'm some kind of a charity case or whatever, I mean, I can't do anything about what people think of me, but I'm in genuine need, and you all know how hard I work, but, you know, who has $900 for their meds? And thyroid meds are very important. So I just got out of my therapy session with Michael, who I found out is 65, by the way. I thought he was more my age, but he's holding it together good. My ex is 65 too. To you youngsters, you probably think that's like 85, but some men stay very well preserved when they're Italian. Anyway, people are looking at me talking to my phone. It was a very emotional session. I cried a lot. I wept. He told me some stuff too that I cried for him. I think sometimes I shouldn't say we, I tend to forget that he's a human being. He's not superhuman just because he's a therapist, and you know, he has a therapist as well as like a spiritual advisor. And I don't want to say a bunch of personal stuff on here, but he's been through some major things in his life too, major losses, and he's reinvented himself. He didn't become a therapist until he was 50, and that's why he's always telling me to stop thinking it's all over for me just because I'm 53. He said, we have a lot of work to do, we have a lot of excavating to do, we have to clear out all the rubble of your past so we can build something new. And I can't expect overnight results, but I was just going down the whole list of things I'm stressed out about, and you know, it was good. He quoted Rocky to me, like that's his favorite movie, and it's his favorite like overcoming tale, and accepting help from other people, and having life coaches, and believing in yourself, and never giving up on a dream. And we were quoting Rocky back and forth, and he does an impeccable Mickey. I mean impeccable. So even as I was crying, I was like fucking laughing my ass off. And he was just so encouraging to me, and so sweet, and so lovely, and he's just a gentle guy, and he's so funny. And I know I go on and on, but so we were talking a lot, and he had a meeting to get to, and I always feel bad for making him go over. And he always says something funny at the end. He goes, oh, fuck them. He goes, I'm going to tell them I was talking to someone's parole officer. So, yeah, and he's planning another one of his retreats and stuff in New Mexico, and he's very involved with all kinds of like civic and charitable, like, I don't know, like he has a Catholic upbringing, but he's not a Catholic anymore. But he works with like the Franciscan monks and the friars, and like he's just a very benevolent soul. He's a do-gooder. He says he loves to help me. That he really yelled at me for calling myself a charity case, and he said, do you really think that's why I'm doing this? He goes, I am so excited for you to see what you're going to take off and do in your life. And I said something snarky back to him, which I shouldn't have done. And he's like, it's never going to happen if you don't believe it first. He goes, I can believe in you until the cows come home. But anyway, it was a beautiful session. It was very nice. I always feel both like emotionally wrung out, but also energized after I talk to him. And then I wind up getting back in my car, charging my phone, and volleying all the messages from all the different house managers and my manager, and dealing with CVS now and a bunch of other stuff. I wish I could just go shopping and fill up my empty fridge, but I'm a little hungry. But bulletproof coffee is great because it really does take the edge off your hunger when you first wake up. And I'm thinking of doing like one meal a day, which would be like between lunch and dinner. Have a huge lunch and then a very light dinner. Well, no, that wouldn't be one meal a day, but I don't know. I'm kind of fascinated now with the whole how keto can overlap with intermittent fasting and one meal a day. Not to try to jump on a bandwagon, but I do know a lot of people that are doing that and having a lot of success. So that's the news from my parking lot. And I haven't worn this top in a long time. It actually fits now. It fits a little snug around the belly, so I kind of wore like a jacket today when I was with him. But then, you know, we took a walk because it stopped raining, and he offered to hold my purse and my umbrella, and he's so darling. He really is. And I'm sorry I have a crush on him. I don't think it's a crush. It's not sexual. It's just like, he's the type of person that I would have chosen to be like a dad to me, or a brother, or an uncle, or just, he's just such a mentor, and I trust him so implicitly. And I think the newness of that is what I kind of get off on. It's like, I'm not used to trusting people. I'm really not. I'm going to go in there, gird my loins with fortitude and politeness, and just tell these people I can't afford a 3-month supply. I don't know if that's what you ordered for me or not, but I've got someone willing to pay, and they're going to call in a Visa number. So I'm going to go. I love you guys. Thanks for listening to me prattle on. Bye for now.